The head of the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine, Kyrylo Budanov, believes the world is approaching a global war. Today, we're going to look at the connection between the war in Israel and the war in Ukraine, which Budanov referred to as a web. I'm Anya Korzun, a journalist at Kyiv Post. Subscribe to our channel for regular updates, exclusive interviews, and explainers. In an interview with Ukrainska Pravda this week, Budanov had a sobering message. We see several conflicts that at first glance seem to be regional, except for Ukraine, but they're all connected by the same countries. It's like a web. So yes, I believe we're approaching a global war fairly quickly. So, how are the ongoing wars in Ukraine and the Middle East connected? Well, the one thing they both have in common, to varying degrees, is Russia. Ukraine's intel chief is confident that Russia is indirectly involved in the recent escalation of violence in Israel. Firstly, according to the latest GUR findings, captured Western weapons from Ukraine were transferred by the Russians to the Hamas group. We know for a fact that trophy weapons were being handed over to Hamas for quite a long period of time. He also mentioned that there is information that some of the weapons went to Hezbollah, but couldn't confirm for sure. Budanov pointed out other factors that indicate Russia's involvement in the Middle East escalation. Everyone could see the videos on social networks, when FPV drones were used against armored vehicles, he said. This is the know-how of our war, after all. No one but the people who went through our theater of operations could do this. Since we weren't there, it means they were Russians. Furthermore, two significant events pointing to Russia's involvement include the official launch of Russian propaganda broadcasts in Arabic by the Sputnik station in Lebanon, but more interesting, as Budanov noted, is the relocation of a Russian spy satellite to a geostationary orbit over Israel on September 24th. On this day, a Russian military delegation was visiting Iran, and Iran reportedly asked for several things, including the widening of the reconnaissance capabilities. Now, it's very clear exactly what kind of reconnaissance Russia is providing to all the interested parties, not just Iran, Budanov said. And it's not just Budanov who sees Russia's influence in the war in the Middle East. This week, the Institute for the Study of War said Kremlin continues efforts to maintain Russia's influence in the Middle East against the backdrop of the ongoing war in Israel. And Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said this week that Russia benefits from conflict and instability in the Middle East, creating a new source of pain and suffering that could undermine world unity, increase discord and contradictions, and thus help Russia destroy freedom in Europe. Then there is Iran. While there is yet no direct evidence of Iran playing a direct role in the attack on Israel last weekend, Iran has provided Hamas with weapons and training for years. And who else is Iran providing weapons to? Russia. President Zelensky told NATO's Parliamentary Assembly, Iran can't say it has nothing to do with what is going on in Ukraine if it sells Shaheds to Russia. Iran can't say it has nothing to do with what is going on in Israel if its officials claim the support of what is going on in Israel. The UK's Ministry of Defense has also recently highlighted Russia's partnership with Iran, saying that it has strengthened in recent years and almost certainly accelerated by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It added, international isolation has forced Russia to redirect its foreign policy efforts towards previously less desirable partnerships to gain diplomatic, economic, and military support. Then, Alexei Arestovich, a controversial former advisor to President Zelensky's office, recently said, it is safe to say that the world is divided into two camps that are fighting in one way or another. This is a war of democracy against dictatorship. Ahead of us lies a chain of local conflicts around the world that will flare up in the next 10-15 years. Their result should be a new security architecture in the world. I'm Anya Korzun, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video so more people can see it. And I'll see you next time.